A tapestry of wisdom, navigating life through philosophical lenses as twilight descends and the mind finds a moment of quietude, reflections on life's intricate path, the decisions made, and the unwritten future often surface. Consider the possibility that instead of succumbing to anxiety and mental churn, one could find solace in the enduring wisdom of diverse philosophical traditions. Envision the teachings of ancient and modern thinkers, from the serenity of Stoicism and Taoism to the provocative inquiries of Existentialism, guiding you toward a state of profound inner peace, allowing a release from daily pressures and an embrace of life's gentle cadence. Philosophy transcends academic discourse. It serves as a practical compass for the human journey, offering a potent remedy for a troubled spirit. This exploration will navigate various philosophical landscapes and their proponents, each presenting distinct avenues to understanding, tranquility, and a more meaningful existence. We will touch upon the fortitude advocated by Marcus Aurelius, the balanced flow of Taoism, the quest for meaning in existentialism, the celebration of imperfection found in wabi-sabi, the deliberate pace of slow living, the skill of love as detailed by Erich Fromm, and the pragmatic insights of Seneca. Allow this collected wisdom to transport you to a sanctuary of calm where future worries diminish and only the present moment, a tranquil haven brimming with potential, remains. In this cultivated stillness may you discover rest, revitalization, and the seeds of insight that will illuminate your path forward. Part 1. Taoism. The art of releasing and flowing. Could the pathway to a more joyful and serene existence be found in the simple act of letting go? Envision a life unburdened by the incessant need to manage every detail, liberated from past resentments, unachievable standards, and the relentless chase for perfection. This section delves into an ancient philosophy that champions precisely this, the transformative power of release. Consider the well-known parable of the farmer. His horse escapes. Maybe, he says to commiserations of bad luck. The horse returns with wild companions. Maybe, to cries of good luck. His son breaks a leg taming one. Maybe, to condolences. The army conscripts young men but passes over his injured son. Maybe, to congratulations. This tale beautifully illustrates the core of letting go, detaching from specific events and outcomes, and surrendering to life's natural current. We will investigate the wisdom of Taoism, an age-old Chinese philosophy championing harmony with the natural order and the profound skill of releasing. Upon concluding this segment, you'll possess a more profound grasp of integrating these tenets into your daily life, fostering personal evolution, inner calm, and authentic freedom. Unveiling Taoism. Taoism, or Taoism, is a philosophical and spiritual tradition with origins in China dating back over 2 millennia. Its foundational text, the Tao Te Ching, is credited to Lao Tzu, a venerable, somewhat mythical figure from around the 6th century BCE. Taoism posits the Tao, or the Way, as the ultimate unifying principle of the cosmos, an indescribable, incomprehensible force, yet the wellspring of all that is. 3 pivotal principles define Taoist thought. The Tao, the ultimate reality and governing force of the universe, a current flowing through all life. Harmonizing with the Tao means aligning with this inherent flow. Wu Wei, frequently translated as non-doing or effortless action, Wu Wei signifies acting in complete accord with life's natural stream, allowing events to unfold organically rather than forcing them. Yin and Yang. This concept embodies the interconnectedness of seeming opposites. Yin and Yang are complementary energies that forge balance and harmony within the universe, Grasping and embracing this equilibrium is vital for a harmonious existence. The Tao Te Ching, comprising 81 concise chapters, stands as Taoism's most significant scripture, offering deep insights into living with simplicity, humility, and compassion. Its teachings direct us toward harmony with the Tao and an acceptance of life's inherent flow. Within Taoism, letting go is more than a mere practice. It's an entire way of being. It involves aligning with the universe's natural current, discovering tranquility and equilibrium in each moment. This philosophy is anchored in concepts like Wu Wei, simplicity and patience, and non-attachment, each providing valuable lessons on living more harmoniously by relinquishing the urge to control our surroundings. Wu Wei, the path of effortless. Alignment Wu Wei, signifying action without force, is a cornerstone of Taoism, instructing us to operate in sync with life's organic unfolding. It's not about passivity, but about undertaking actions that resonate with the Tao, the universe's fundamental essence. Picture a river navigating obstacles with ease. It doesn't resist, but flows around them. This embodies Wu Wei, choosing the path of least resistance, allowing things to develop naturally. In everyday life, Wu Wei means refraining from forcing outcomes. If a project hits a snag, instead of imposing a solution under duress, one might pause, find calm, and permit a natural resolution to emerge. Often, releasing the tight grip of control allows for smoother, more effective results. Wu Wei encourages trusting the process, having faith that events will transpire as intended, without undue struggle, simplicity and patience. The elegance of an uncomplicated life Taoist philosophy highly esteems simplicity and patience. It advocates for a life uncluttered by superfluous complexities, not just in possessions, but also in desires and ambitions. Simplifying our existence frees us from the perpetual chase for more, enabling a focus on what is truly significant and finding contentment in the present. Patience is intrinsically linked to simplicity. In a world that rushes, patience is a precious virtue. Taoism teaches that valuable things require time. We shouldn't hurry through life to achieve goals. Instead, cultivating patience and trusting in opportune timing allows us to savor the journey, not just the destination, leading to a fuller appreciation of each moment. An existence characterized by simplicity and patience significantly diminishes stress. Releasing the demand for immediate gratification allows relaxation and enjoyment of life's unfolding, fostering presence, mindfulness, and a deeper connection with the world. Non-attachment, liberation from possessions and dogma. Non-attachment is another vital facet of Taoist thought, involving the release of our hold on material goods, inflexible beliefs, and even our ego. Taoism views attachment as a root of suffering, creating dependency and fear of loss. Detaching from these allows for genuine freedom and peace. Material possessions often provide a deceptive sense of security. The belief that possessions bring happiness is challenged by their impermanent nature. Taoism guides us to find fulfillment internally, not through external objects, without disavowing enjoyment of nice things, but by not letting them define us. This principle also extends to ideas and beliefs. Rigid adherence to certain ways of thinking can stifle growth. Taoism promotes open-mindedness, flexibility, and a willingness to evolve our perspectives, enabling learning and adaptation. Finally, non-attachment means releasing the ego, the self-concept that isolates us. The ego, often driven by fear and desire, seeks validation. Letting go of the ego facilitates a deeper connection with the Tao and a sense of unity with all life, not by losing individuality, but by transcending its limitations. The rewards of letting go: mental serenity. Releasing control brings profound calm, diminishing stress by fostering acceptance of things as they are. Trust in life's flow eases pressure and liberates from negative patterns like resentment, cultivating ease. Enhanced relationships, letting go of expectations, judgments, and control over others positively transforms relationships. Accepting individuals for who they are fosters genuine connection, empathy, and stronger bonds. Boosted creativity. Releasing rigid ideas and the pursuit of perfection unleashes creativity. Non-attachment encourages fresh thinking and innovative approaches. Freedom from fear of error allows for authentic expression. Personal liberation. Letting go frees us from self-imposed constraints. It liberates from the need for control, fear of failure, and limiting attachments, paving the way for a more authentic, adaptable, and courageous life. Practical methods for cultivating release. Mindfulness and meditation. Engage with the present, non-judgmentally. Mindful breathing anchors you. Meditation, e.g., a body scan, calms the mind, reduces stress, and enhances the capacity to release negativity. Acceptance. Acknowledge and embrace reality without resistance. This includes self-kindness and relinquishing the need for external validation. Welcome change and uncertainty. Decluttering. Clear physical space to create order and mental calm. This extends to mental decluttering, perhaps via journaling. 2. Release old burdens. Relinquishing control. Understand that much is beyond your influence. Use mindfulness to notice control tendencies. Trust life's process. Practice gratitude. Engage in activities that induce flow, art, nature, and establish healthy interpersonal boundaries. Illustrative figures and stories. Sarah the executive. Overwhelmed Sarah embraced Wu Wei. Through mindfulness and relinquishing control, she found less stress, better decisions, and improved connections. John, conquering resentment. John battled anger. Non-attachment and meditation helped him release negativity, fostering peace. Bruce Lee. The martial arts icon embodied Wu Wei, be water, my friend, his adaptability fueling innovation. Lao Tzu, Taoism's founder, championed simplicity and harmony, his life reflecting these ideals over power. Steve Jobs, Apple's co-founder, embraced change, understanding that releasing fear and rigidity was vital for innovation. These examples demonstrate Taoism's practical power for personal transformation, leading to a more meaningful life. Concluding, thoughts on letting go to embrace the power of release is to embark on a path toward greater serenity, liberty, and contentment. It involves trusting life's inherent current and shedding the burdens that hinder us. As Lao Tzu articulated, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." This elegantly captures the core of letting go, permitting ourselves to develop and grow unconstrained by fears and attachments. This doesn't mean abandoning aspirations, but pursuing them with an open, flexible spirit, discovering equilibrium and concord in all life's facets. It is a potent act of self-emancipation. Part 2. Stoicism. Guidance from Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, Marcus Aurelius. The Emperor's wisdom. Do you ever find yourself wrestling with life's intricate dilemmas, searching for clarity amidst turmoil, or contemplating the very fabric of being? Within the expansive realm of philosophy, the voice of Marcus Aurelius resonates with enduring clarity, offering comfort and insight. A towering figure of ancient Stoicism, his reflections continue to guide introspection and self-discovery. born. In 121 AD, Marcus Aurelius assumed the Roman emperorship, navigating immense challenges. Yet, amidst his imperial duties, he dedicated himself to the pursuit of wisdom and ethical excellence. His Meditations, a compilation of personal reflections, stand as an eternal source of insight into the human condition, offering a guide for traversing life's complexities with poise and fortitude. Core insights from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations: embrace the present, accept the things to which fate binds you. This principle calls for a wholehearted embrace of current realities and the people in our lives met with genuine affection. Stoic practice: objective judgment, unselfish action, willing acceptance of all external events. Strive for inner peace amid life's flux, anchored in reason and virtue. Virtue as supreme good. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Genuine. Well-being stems from aligning one's thoughts and deeds with noble ideals like courage and justice. Acknowledge impermanence. All is ephemeral, fame and the famous as well. Face life's transient nature with courage, recognizing the inevitability of change. The virtue of self-examination. Look within. Within is the fountain of good. True understanding emerges from self-awareness and deep introspection. Emotional regulation. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Develop emotional resilience by reframing adversity through a Stoic lens. Our perceptions shape our experience. Cultivating gratitude. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. True wealth is found in appreciating life's fundamental blessings. Transforming adversity. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. View hardship as a catalyst for growth. Embrace challenges with fortitude, amor fati, the pillar of integrity. The true worth of a man is to be measured by the objects he pursues. Genuine greatness resides in unwavering character and a commitment to truth. The supremacy of reason. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Employ rational thought and critical assessment as tools for discerning truth. The strength of equanimity. Maintain inner composure by accepting life's fluctuations, understanding that change is the sole constant, the pursuit of inner calm. Your mind will be like its habitual thoughts. Lasting happiness is born from internal harmony, fostered through mindfulness and acceptance. Nurturing resilience. The obstacle is the way. Resilience isn't the absence of hardship, but the capacity to overcome it with courage. The wisdom of moderation, moderation in all things. True contentment comes from a life lived in balance with nature, appreciating simple joys. Welcoming change. Time is a river, a violent current of events. Embrace the present moment's fleeting nature, as change is constant. Transcending ego. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Move beyond self-centeredness towards humility and a sense of interconnectedness. Purpose. Through service. What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. Deep fulfillment is found in contributing to the well-being of others. Humility in achievement. Let it be your constant method to look into the design of people's actions. Practice it first upon yourself. Genuine wisdom stems from a humble awareness of one's own imperfections. Forging inner strength. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Develop inner fortitude through resilience and self-awareness when facing trials. Confronting mortality. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Recognizing our mortality can galvanize us to live with purpose. Life's aim, self-cultivation and contribution. The culmination of these lessons points to a life dedicated to self-improvement, virtue, service, and peaceful acceptance of the uncontrollable. Marcus Aurelius's meditations provide a timeless framework for navigating human existence with courage and dignity. By internalizing these tenets, we cultivate inner virtue and moral strength, discovering true happiness not in external conditions, but in a life aligned with truth, virtue, and reason. Seneca. Practical wisdom from correspondence. Imagine conversing with a figure from antiquity, a philosopher, statesman, and dramatist who experienced both the pinnacle of power and the depths of exile. This individual, Seneca, a preeminent Stoic thinker of ancient Rome, imparts enduring wisdom through his letters, capable of reshaping our worldview. His Letters from a Stoic, addressed to his companion Lucilius, offer pragmatic counsel on managing sorrow, adversity, personal growth, and ethical dilemmas, all drawn from a life deeply enmeshed in Roman society and politics. 7 profound insights from Seneca's letters. Letter 1. On cherishing time, central tenet. Time is our most invaluable, yet most carelessly handled asset. We are in a state of daily dying, and a significant portion of our lives is spent unproductively or on trivialities. Enduring counsel. Hold every hour in your grasp. Lay hold of today's task, and you will not need to depend so much upon tomorrow's. While we are postponing, life speeds by. Primary lesson. Recognize the finite and precious nature of time. Utilize it with intention. Nothing, Lucilius, is ours except time. Letter 4. Interpreted. Theme. On authentic joy and facing our end. Central tenet. Genuine joy emanates from a cultivated, serene mind, free from impurity. Immaturity persists longer and is more detrimental than youth itself. We are often alarmed by insignificant things. Enduring counsel. No evil is great which is the last evil of all. Death arrives, it would be a thing to dread if it could remain with you. But death must either not come at all, or else must come and pass away. Many dismiss life for minor reasons. Virtue should possess equal power. Primary lesson. Mentally, prepare to depart life with contentment. No man can have a peaceful life who thinks too much about lengthening it. Make life as a whole agreeable to yourself by banishing all worry about it. Do not rely on fortune's apparent stability. Understand that power over one's life can reside in unexpected hands. He is lord of your life that scorns his own. Since the day you were born, you are being led thither, to death. Letter 6. On the generosity of shared wisdom and the importance of friendship. Central tenet. Personal betterment brings happiness, and authentic friendship involves sharing these beneficial transformations. Knowledge hoarded loses its delight. Enduring counsel. I am anxious to heap all these privileges upon you, and that I am glad to learn in order that I may teach. Nothing will ever please me, no matter how excellent or beneficial, if I must retain the knowledge of it to myself. Primary lesson. Direct interaction and shared life, mentorship, camaraderie, are more enriching than mere written texts. No good thing is pleasant to possess without friends to share it. Hecato's insight. What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself. Letter 18. On festivals and frugality, the value of simplicity. Central tenet. During periods of widespread indulgence, one can demonstrate strength of character by either maintaining one's usual habits or partaking moderately without succumbing to excess. The spirit should prepare itself in advance for more significant challenges. Enduring counsel. Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" Primary lesson. Engage in voluntary simplicity to familiarize yourself with austerity so that misfortune does not find you unprepared. We shall be rich with all the more comfort if we once learn how far poverty is from being a burden. Epicurist himself followed this practice. Dare, O my friend, to scorn the sight of wealth and mould thyself to kinship with thy God. Letter 41. On the divine spark. Within, central tenet. Sound judgment and moral goodness originate from within, guided by an indwelling Holy Spirit or divine rationality. Enduring counsel. God is near you, He is with you, He is within you. A Holy Spirit indwells within us, one who marks our good and bad deeds and is our guardian. The divine presence is evidenced by the awe-inspiring aspects of nature and by individuals who exhibit fearlessness, detachment from desires, and resilience in adversity. Primary lesson. Humanity's highest good is perfected reason, leading a life in accordance with one's intrinsic nature. Praise the quality in him which cannot be given or snatched away. It is soul and reason brought to perfection in the soul. Letter 59, interpreted theme. On disciplined expression and true joy versus ephemeral pleasure. Central tenet. Authentic joy is a spiritual elevation arising from trust in one's own inherent goodness, distinct from transient pleasures. Restrained, concise language reflects a mind that is clear and focused on matters of substance. Enduring counsel. Joy is an elation of spirit, of a spirit which trusts in the goodness and truth of its own possessions. Common joys, like a friend's promotion or marriage, often preface future sorrow. It is a characteristic of real joy that it never ceases and never changes into its opposite. Primary lesson. Analogies and comparisons serve as useful aids to understanding. The wise individual is resilient against all forms of hardship, poverty, grief, dishonor, pain. Folly ensnares us because we fail to vigorously oppose it or fully trust in wisdom. The wise man is joyful, happy, and calm, unshaken. He lives on a plane with the gods. This joy is a product of virtue. Letter 101. On the limitations of future planning, lessons from Cornelius Seneca's demise. Central tenet. Life's course is unpredictable, and death can arrive unexpectedly, even for the affluent and cautious. Making extensive plans for a distant future is unwise when tomorrow itself is not guaranteed. Enduring counsel. Everything is doubtful, even for those who are prosperous. No one has any right to draw for himself upon the future. Let us so order our minds as if we had come to the very end. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's account every day. Primary lesson. Life's greatest imperfection is its tendency towards incompleteness and procrastination. He only is anxious about the future to whom the present is unprofitable. True serenity is found in a mind that perceives no fundamental difference between a single day and eternity. Avoid the desperate clinging to life that results in undignified pleas for mere existence amidst suffering. The point is not how long you live, but how nobly you live, and often this living nobly means that you cannot live long. Seneca's letters are not merely historical documents, but a vibrant guide to navigating human existence with wisdom, fortitude, and virtue. By embracing these teachings, we can aspire to a life of greater significance and tranquility. Part 3. Existentialism. Navigating freedom, absurdity, and the quest for meaning. Have you ever found yourself contemplating the foundational inquiries of human life? Who am I? What is my purpose? If so, you ventured into the territory of existentialism, a philosophical school that prioritizes individual existence, liberty, and choice. In essence, existentialism is concerned with discovering oneself and the meaning of life through the exercise of free will, the assumption of personal responsibility, and the act of choosing. It dismisses the notion that the universe inherently provides any answers or significance for our individual lives. Instead, it proposes that each person must imbue their own life with meaning, navigating a vast, seemingly indifferent cosmos where established norms or moral codes offer little definitive guidance. This philosophical movement emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, forged in an era of upheaval and disillusionment, especially in the wake of World War II. It represented a philosophical insurgency, aiming to dissect the human condition within a world that increasingly appeared devoid of inherent logic. The genesis of existentialism, while its modern form took shape in the 19th and 20th centuries, existentialism's intellectual lineage extends further, drawing from thinkers like Søren Kierkegaard and Friedrich Nietzsche. Kierkegaard, often considered the progenitor of existentialism, underscored the primacy of individual experience and personal accountability, asserting that truth is found in subjectivity. Nietzsche, in his turn, mounted a fierce critique of established moralities, championing the creative, life-affirming individual who crafts their own values. Existentialism truly crystallized following World War II, a period marked by profound despair and an identity crisis. Its central tenet, existence precedes essence, overturned the traditional philosophical stance that a predefined nature, essence, dictates existence. This implied that humans are born without an ordained purpose and must forge their identity through their actions. Simone de Beauvoir, in The Second Sex, explored this existential predicament from the perspective of women's experiences. The turbulent political climate, including the rise of totalitarianism and the spectre of nuclear annihilation, further intensified the feelings of dread, uncertainty, and alienation reflected in the works of authors like Dostoevsky, Kafka, and Beckett. Two figures stand out prominently in this field: Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. Jean-Paul Sartre, The Primacy of Existence. Born in 1905, Jean-Paul Sartre became a foremost voice of the existentialist movement. His wartime experiences deeply influenced his philosophical trajectory. Sartre's most impactful contribution is the assertion that existence precedes essence. This means humans first are, then encounter themselves in the world, and only subsequently define their nature or essence. This concept is inextricably linked to his idea of radical freedom. Every individual is profoundly free and consequently entirely responsible for their actions. As there is no preset human nature, each action contributes to defining humanity itself. This liberty is simultaneously empowering and daunting. Sartre noted that individuals often attempt to evade the anxiety inherent in this freedom by feigning a lack of choice, a behavior he labeled bad faith. By attributing their actions to Circumstances, genetics, or societal pressures, they deny their inherent freedom and responsibility. Recognizing this freedom is the initial step toward an authentic life. Sartre also elaborated on the look, or the gaze of the other, positing that awareness of how others perceive us can lead to a sense of objectification, famously summarized as, "Hell is other people." This is not a negation of all human relationships, but a commentary on how the consciousness of others' perspectives can restrict our freedom. Sartre's pivotal works. Being and Nothingness, 1943. This foundational text distinguishes between being in itself, the static, objective existence of things, and being for itself, the dynamic, subjective existence of conscious beings. Human freedom resides in being for itself. Our consciousness, our capacity for nothingness, allows us to detach from the given world, to question, negate, and envision alternatives. Man is not the sum of what he has, but the totality of what he does not yet have, of what he could have. Nausea, 1938. This novel follows Antoine Roquentin as he grapples with an existential crisis, a profound nausea, upon confronting the apparent meaninglessness and absurdity of existence. Every existing thing is born without reason, prolongs itself out of weakness, and dies by chance. For Sartre, the resolution lies in the very freedom that this absurdity grants. I am free. There is absolutely no more reason for living. I have to build them reasons myself. Sartre's philosophy is fundamentally one of engagement, compelling individuals to acknowledge their freedom and employ it to combat injustice and forge an authentic mode of being. Albert Camus. The Philosophy. Of the absurd born in 1913, Albert Camus, while often linked with existentialism, preferred to characterize his philosophy as one of the absurd. He contended that life's inherent absurdity stems from the clash between humanity's innate desire for meaning, order, and lucidity, and a universe that remains silent and indifferent to these aspirations. Even in the absence of objective meaning, Camus believed in our capacity and necessity to create personal values, often centered on simple human pleasures and sensory experiences. Personal responsibility and moral integrity were crucial, not derived from divine edict, but from a personal resolve to live authentically. Camus' key. Writings, The Stranger, 1942. The protagonist, Meursault, lives a life of emotional detachment, indifferent to societal norms. His actions and the societal reaction compel readers to interrogate the nature of morality within an absurd universe. Facing his condemnation, Meursault states, "I opened myself to the gentle indifference of the world. I felt that I had been happy and that I was happy again." He embraces the absurd and affirms life. The Myth of Sisyphus. Essay. Camus famously begins, "There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide." He argues that acknowledging life's absurdity leads not to resignation but to freedom and even joy. I draw from the absurd three consequences: my revolt, my freedom, and my passion. By confronting the absurd, we liberate ourselves to live authentically, define our own values, and passionately pursue our chosen paths. Existentialism in contemporary life, crafting, purpose and fulfillment. How do these mid-20th century philosophies inform our lives today? Sartre impels us to embrace our profound freedom and the accompanying responsibility. In a world saturated with external pressures, we are reminded of our capacity to define ourselves and our values through everyday choices, fostering a sense of agency and genuineness. Camus encourages us to confront life's absurdity, creating personal meaning instead of seeking refuge in illusions. His idea of revolt inspires us to affirm life even in the face of hardship. Failure becomes an opportunity for growth, not a judgment of self-worth. Existentialism demands that we assume moral responsibility. In a world lacking absolute moral guidelines, we must forge our own ethical compass through introspection and conscious deliberation. Discovering purpose and fulfillment. Existentialism does not prescribe a pre-packaged purpose, but encourages us to construct our purpose through our actions and decisions. We are our choices. Sartre. Fulfillment, then, stems not from conforming to societal benchmarks, but from living authentically, engaging with our passions, and generating personal meaning. Imagine gauging success not by external metrics, but by the authenticity of your life, the passion in your pursuits, the depth of your engagement, and your individual growth. This leads to a more profound sense of contentment. By confronting absurdity, as Camus proposed, challenges are no longer seen as impediments, but as integral aspects of existence, chances for development. Existentialism offers a potent framework for our search for purpose. It provides not easy answers, but the intellectual tools to navigate life's complexities, make deliberate choices, and create our own distinctive meaning and fulfillment. We are the authors of our life stories. Part 4. Wabi-sabi, Discovering Beauty in Imperfection. Have you ever been captivated by the unique allure of a cracked ceramic piece or a time-worn stone? An entire philosophy, wabi-sabi, originating from Japan, is dedicated to recognizing and appreciating the beauty inherent in the imperfect, the transient, and the incomplete. Wabi-sabi is more than an aesthetic preference. It is a worldview that embraces the elegance of nature's flaws and the inevitable journey of life. Drawing from Zen Buddhism, which values the ephemeral quality of existence, this philosophy reveals that there is profound grace in simplicity, inherent richness in modesty, and deep significance in the traces left by time. Consider a life where your imperfections and vulnerabilities are not seen as defects, but are celebrated as evidence of an authentic, lived experience. This is the core offering of wabi-sabi. It provides a perspective where the relentless pursuit of perfection is not only futile, but also detracts from genuine enrichment. By integrating wabi-sabi into your life, you can cultivate greater contentment not by acquiring more, but by valuing what already exists, transforming ordinary objects and moments into sources of joy and contemplation. A chipped teacup or a faded photograph, rather than items needing replacement, become treasured symbols of time's passage. The essence of wabi-sabi. Imperfection and the way of tea, wabi-sabi posits that beauty is a dynamic, evolving process, mirroring the natural rhythms of life, deeply connected to Zen Buddhism's focus on simplicity, authenticity, and impermanence. Zen teaches that enlightenment is attainable through meditation and an understanding of the transient world. This profoundly shapes the traditional Japanese tea ceremony, chanoyu, a ritual that embodies mindfulness and acceptance. Each gesture and utensil in chanoyu is a tribute to the precious, fleeting moments that constitute our lives. Within the wabi-sabi framework, beauty is not located in flawlessness or permanence, but rather in fissures, signs of wear, and the organic cycle of development and decline. A dried leaf, the grain of aged wood, a mended bowl. Each imperfection narrates a story. Beauty is seen as fluid. Our perception of it must also be adaptable. The present instant is our only true possession. Embracing life's imperfections, while perfection is not attainable, if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Wabi-sabi encourages us to find inherent value in the flawed. The societal pressure to present an image of perfection often leads to significant stress and feelings of inadequacy. Wabi-sabi, in contrast, attributes beauty to unique imperfections and the narratives they convey. This perspective can nurture a more compassionate and realistic self-view, allowing an appreciation for one's distinctiveness without the burden of conforming to idealized standards. It is a practical philosophy for healthier living, where signs of use are not defects, but testaments to a life experienced, thereby fostering resilience. Perceiving beauty in the flawed as. Leonard Cohen sang, "There is a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in." Nature itself is a master of this form of beauty. Gnarled trees, asymmetrical stones, and rugged coastlines possess a unique charm precisely because of their irregularities. The patina of age on an old tree or river-smooth stone speaks of endurance and the passage of time, enhancing their beauty. In the realm of art, kintsugi, the Japanese craft of repairing broken pottery with lacquer dusted with precious metals, exemplifies this. Instead of concealing the damage, kintsugi highlights it, creating a new form of beauty that honors the object's history and its journey through breakage and repair. Similarly, the intentional asymmetry in traditional Japanese gardens mimics nature's spontaneous, unplanned elegance, fostering meditation and mindfulness. This teaches us to appreciate the uncontrolled and to view our own lives with greater acceptance. Acknowledging transience. The beauty of life is in its impermanence. Embrace the dance of change. The acceptance of transience is a cornerstone of wabi-sabi. Life comprises a series of fleeting moments, much like the cherry blossoms cherished for their brief yet spectacular bloom, symbolizing life's ephemeral nature. This understanding that all experiences, both joyful and sorrowful, are temporary, can be a source of comfort during difficult times and a reminder to savor pleasant moments. Embracing impermanence allows us to navigate life's inevitable shifts with more grace, fostering a stable and grounded existence, much like the changing seasons. This perspective challenges our fears of mortality and loss, encouraging us to live more fully in the present. The virtue of simplicity. In simplicity, there is truth. Simplicity is fundamental to wabi-sabi, advocating for the removal of non-essentials to concentrate on what truly holds value. In an era marked by consumerism and information overload, the call for simplicity is increasingly pertinent. It entails cultivating inner clarity and prioritizing life's core values. True beauty and contentment are found in appreciating the basics. A simply crafted, handmade pottery item often holds more meaning than a flawless, mass-produced one. Decluttering our physical environment can lead to a clearer mind. Simplifying our schedules and digital engagements helps us prioritize activities that genuinely enrich our lives. This allows for deeper self-reflection and a more grounded existence, with decisions aligning more closely with personal values. Integrating wabi-sabi into daily life. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Practical applications of wabi-sabi. Mindful morning moments. Begin each day by consciously appreciating something simple, the quality of light, the texture of food, the sounds of nature. This cultivates a mindful presence. Gratitude. Journal. Regularly note things for which you are thankful, especially the small, imperfect details that often go unnoticed. Simplify your environment. Declutter your living space, retaining only items that are meaningful or serve a clear purpose. Value and repair cherished old items. Embrace natural flow. Practice relinquishing the need for absolute control. Accept changes in plans or imperfect outcomes as part of life's impermanent nature. Discover beauty in the everyday. Engage in photography or other arts to capture the unique beauty of ordinary life, the play of shadows, a spontaneous smile. Engage in slow, process-oriented activities. Participate in activities like gardening or cooking, appreciating the entire process, including its imperfections and transient qualities. By incorporating these practices, the focus shifts from an elusive pursuit of perfection to an appreciation of beauty within imperfection, leading to a more fulfilling daily existence. The journey of wabi-sabi encourages a redefinition of a beautiful and successful life, finding balance and beauty in life's natural unfolding. Cherish the imperfections, for they reveal life's true character. Part 5. Slow Living, the Wisdom of a Deliberate Pace. In an era dominated by the mantra "time is money" and an unwavering focus on efficiency, the relentless drive for speed has often culminated in widespread fatigue. With an average of over 35,000 decisions made daily, individuals are constantly assailed by choices and pressing deadlines. This accelerated lifestyle, while often lauded, frequently contributes to heightened stress, a burgeoning mental health crisis, and a sense of alienation from what truly matters. Could it be that the key to a more enriched existence lies not in acceleration but in embracing the philosophy of slow living? Far from promoting idleness, slow living presents a potent, simple alternative to the high-velocity, high-stress paradigm that ensnares many. It challenges the equation of speed with success, proposing instead that genuine richness is derived from profound experience rather than mere efficiency. Slow living is a deliberate decision to disengage from life's frantic treadmill, to instead walk alongside it, appreciating the journey, engaging deeply with our surroundings, and cultivating connections that truly nourish the soul. It advocates for a life lived with more intention, fullness, and harmony with oneself and the surrounding world. The frenetic tempo of modern existence. Contemporary life often feels like an ever-accelerating vortex, a reality shaped by the pursuit of productivity and constant connectivity. Technology has dissolved the boundaries between work and personal life, leading to an always-on culture where our minds rarely find true respite. The consequence of this rapid pace is significant, impacting both physical and mental well-being. Escalating levels of stress, anxiety, and burnout are common. Chronic stress can lead to severe health issues, while burnout, characterized by profound exhaustion and detachment, signals that our capacity to cope has been exceeded. In response to this, the slow living movement offers a path to self-care by questioning the glorification of speed. The guiding principles of slow living is not a novel concept, but a resurgence of principles that have guided societies for ages, drawing from ancient wisdom traditions like Zen, Taoism, Stoicism, and Epicureanism that valued balance, harmony with nature, mindfulness, and contentment in simple joys. Core tenets. Mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, acutely aware of the here and now, engaging deeply with current experiences without distraction. This can be fostered through meditation, deep breathing, and conscious observation. Simplicity. Reducing clutter, both physical and mental, by identifying essential priorities and letting go of the superfluous. This is about discernment, not deprivation. Quality over quantity, prioritizing the richness of experiences and possessions rather than their sheer volume. This involves choosing handcrafted items, leisurely meals, and focused, meaningful projects. Connection, cultivating deep, meaningful bonds with people, nature, and oneself. This is nurtured through shared time, mutual support, and quiet introspection, rather than superficial digital interactions. The advantages of adopting a slower pace, enhanced mental well-being. Slow living provides a refuge from stress. Mindfulness and simplicity foster peace, breaking cycles of anxiety and creating space for mental rejuvenation, leading to greater clarity and joy. Improved physical health. It counteracts the physical toll of a fast-paced life. Mindful practices, time in nature, and slower eating habits can lower blood pressure, reduce heart disease risk, and bolster immune function. Richer relationships transforms interactions from transactional to qualitative. Investing time and presence builds stronger bonds and fosters deeper communication and mutual support. It also encourages engagement with the local community and a deeper connection with the natural world. Navigating challenges and critiques, perceived impracticality in a society driven by speed and productivity, slowing down can seem unfeasible due to work demands and societal expectations. The digital age's culture of immediacy also makes disconnection difficult. Concerns of privilege and accessibility. Critics point out that the option to adopt a slower lifestyle, e.g., working less, consuming mindfully, may be a luxury not available to everyone, particularly those facing financial hardship or living in unsupportive environments. The movement must address these concerns to be truly inclusive. Embracing slow living. Actionable. Steps transitioning to slow living is about gradual, manageable adjustments. Identify and modify rushed routines. If mornings are chaotic, consider waking slightly earlier to create a peaceful start to the day. Practice 1. Slow activity daily. Mindfully eat a meal, take an unhurried walk, or simply sit in quiet reflection. Incorporate mindfulness practices. Meditation, even brief daily sessions, can be beneficial. Numerous apps and online guides are available. Mindfulness check-ins pause throughout the day to breathe deeply and observe your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings non-judgmentally. Gratitude journaling. Each evening, list 3 things for which you are grateful to shift focus towards positivity. Implement a digital detox. Designate screen-free times, tick zones, for example, during meals or in the bedroom. Schedule regular digital breaks. This could be a specific day, a weekend, or a daily hour dedicated to non-digital activities. Echoes in philosophical thought. Carl Jung, who looks outside, dreams, who looks inside, awakes. His emphasis on self-reflection aligns with slow living's call for introspection. Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. His views on the wise use of time resonate with slow living's intentionality. Henry David Thoreau. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately. His Walden experiment embodies slow living's core values of simplicity and mindful connection with nature. Slow living is not about rejecting modernity, but about navigating it with greater intention and mindfulness, creating space for peace, connection, and well-being. As Mary Oliver wisely noted, to pay attention, this is our endless and proper work. Let slow living be an invitation to fully attend to your life. Part 6. Erich Fromm. Mastering the Art of Loving. Erich Fromm famously stated, "Love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence." In an era characterized by ephemeral digital connections, the pursuit of genuine love can feel like navigating an intricate maze. Fromm's 1956 seminal work, The Art of Loving, offers enduring and profound wisdom on this universal quest. As a psychoanalyst and philosopher who lived through significant societal upheavals, Fromm's perspectives were shaped by both clinical insight and a deep empathy for the human condition. The art of loving radically redefines love, challenging the common perception of it as a passive emotion. Fromm asserts that love is an art form comparable to disciplines like painting or music, demanding knowledge, dedicated effort, and consistent practice. This shifts the focus from falling into love to actively standing in love, a state where love is not just experienced but consciously cultivated and sustained. This perspective is particularly vital today, serving as a corrective to unrealistic, romantic expectations and the pervasive quest for flawlessness. Fromm's framework, love as a cultivated skill. Love, in Fromm's view, necessitates a profound understanding of and connection with another, achieved through dedicated cultivation. Varieties of love, as outlined by Fromm. Brotherly love, an altruistic affection for humanity at large, fostering empathy and societal cohesion. Motherly love, a concept Fromm elaborated on, characterized by unconditional care and affirmation, crucial for instilling security and a zest for life. Erotic, romantic love. While intense, Fromm warns against viewing it merely as a transient passion. It is a deep interpersonal bond that requires sustained care and effort to endure. Self-love. Distinct from narcissism, it involves self-respect, self-understanding, and an acknowledgement of one's intrinsic worth. Fromm considered it essential for the capacity to love others. Love of God, a transcendent spiritual connection that can impart profound peace and understanding. Fromm's four essential components of love: care, an active, demonstrated concern for the life and development of the beloved. Responsibility, not a burdensome obligation, but a voluntary responsiveness to the needs, both emotional and physical, of the one loved. Respect, recognizing and honoring the other as a distinct, autonomous individual without seeking to mold them to one's own desires. Knowledge, a deep, empathetic understanding of the other person's inner world, their thoughts, feelings, motivations, and experiences, going far beyond superficial acquaintance. Love, for Fromm, is a dynamic process of growth, an ongoing journey that demands continuous learning and adaptation. When applied collectively, these principles of love can foster a more compassionate and interconnected society. The practice of love also entails overcoming personal and societal barriers that impede our capacity to love fully. Applying the art of loving in the contemporary world, the digital age presents unique challenges to love: superficiality, social media, and dating. Platforms can foster a paradox of choice, leading to fleeting connections rather than deep bonds. Commodification. Relationships can be viewed transactionally, assessed by what each individual offers, contrary to Fromm's nurturing, selfless ideal. Fromm's principles provide a roadmap: mindfulness. In interactions, be fully present, whether online or offline. Listen actively and engage meaningfully. Conscious effort. Invest time to genuinely understand another person, their needs, and their authentic self. Cherish individuality. Appreciate and celebrate differences rather than demanding conformity. Cultivate self-love. Practice self-care. Establish healthy boundaries and derive self-worth internally, especially crucial amidst social media comparisons. Accountability in digital spaces. Maintain responsibility for one's words and actions online, fostering authenticity. Understand modern dynamics. Be aware of contemporary societal pressures and their impact on relationships, approaching them with empathy. Applications across relationship. Types: friendships, strengthen bonds through profound conversations, genuine support, and mutual interest. Community, express brotherly love through acts of kindness, empathy, and civic engagement. Romantic partnerships, nurture the relationship with consistent communication, empathetic understanding, compromise, and mutual support for personal growth. The quest for love, focus on self-awareness and understanding one's own needs to foster healthier, more fulfilling partnerships. Love through diverse philosophical and psychological lenses. Plato Symposium. Love, eros, ascends from physical attraction to an appreciation of beautiful souls, culminating in the love of beauty itself, a metaphysical pursuit of wisdom. Both Fromm and Plato see love beyond mere emotion, though Fromm emphasizes active skill, while Plato focuses on a metaphysical journey. Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics. Philia, friendship affection, is paramount. Its highest form, friendship of virtue, is based on mutual admiration of character. This resonates with Fromm's emphasis on active participation and deep understanding. John Bowlby, Attachment Theory. Early relationships with caregivers shape adult attachment styles, secure, anxious avoidant, influencing romantic intimacy. Both Fromm and Bowlby acknowledge the impact of early experiences, but Fromm stresses the conscious cultivation of love as an art. Carl Rogers, Person-Centered Theory. True love involves empathy, unconditional positive regard, accepting the other without judgment, and congruence. This aligns with Fromm's concepts of respect and care. Friedrich Nietzsche viewed love as an expression of the will to power, a life-affirming force that should enhance individual vitality rather than lead to self-negation. This contrasts with Fromm's emphasis on care and responsibility directed towards others. Examining these varied perspectives enriches our comprehension of love. Each offers unique insights that complement or contrast with Fromm's art of loving. Love, in its myriad forms, is a complex, deeply personal, yet universally understood experience. It is fundamentally about action, effort, understanding, respect, and nurturing, transcending the self to connect with something larger. Love is indeed the art of life. Fromm's words, love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence, invite us to engage more deeply, love more freely, and live more fully.